I guess we're at a point in your show. I'm sorry, I've been tied up where I can address some of this Julie stuff. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Okay. Well, first off,
she's welcome to come up. She's welcome. Julie's welcome to come up. All she has to do is text me or write it in chat.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, I have no issue at all with her being up here. So first off, Seth and I don't know Julie at all. Neither one of us have ever spoken with her. Um, we have never reached out to her, nor have we been asked to reach out to her. Um, I honestly don't know what the lady's upset about. Um, I know she supported Seth for quite some time, um, and really think that she supported me as well. I'm not sure what changed with that. My understanding is that she was upset over trying to reach out to me and me not getting back with her. Which again, I have never had anyone reach out to me
I just
and
said that.
and say, hey, this is Julie's phone number. She'd like you to call her. As you well know, I'm open to have a conversation with anybody as long as it's respectful, even if we don't see eye to eye. And I think you of all people can attest to that.
Of course, yes, and I knew that for sure, for sure.
So there's that. Um, the the Tony Fire, which I keep getting messages that I allegedly was somebody named Tony Fire and was in Josh's live the other night bullying this woman. I have one YouTube username, and this is it. It's been this, as you know, from day one. I don't have the time, nor
You
do
don't
I
have the
care.
time, Tony. You're always literally traveling,
Yeah,
literally.
I mean, I don't. I think I've got 10 followers or something like that, and I don't have the time, the energy, or the desire to create another YouTube username.
Hmm.
So, the problem with this lady, and again, I don't know her, and I'm not speaking, negatively about her, but there's just a lot of things she's saying that just aren't true. The Tony Fire username obviously is not true. The I summoned all you guys to go attack her is clearly not true. And two of my closest content creator friends are on the screen with me right now, and have I ever asked you to go fight a fight for me ever?
Not a second. And if you did, I would literally look at you and tell you to probably scratch something because
And
you wouldn't say that.
no, no, I wouldn't. And
You don't need that. Like it just it does
uh,
it solves nothing. It
yeah,
solves
and
nothing.
going back to Friday when this all started, I don't. Again, I didn't even know what was going on with this lady. My phone was blowing up. You reached out to me. 4 or 5 other content creators reached out to me. I was out of town trying to spend time with our daughter on her birthday weekend, so to speak. And my phone's blowing up, and I even told you that I was busy and I didn't have time to deal with it.
Yeah,
You know,
you did.
so as far as me knowing what was going on, that's not accurate. As far as me caring enough to have somebody go attack this lady, I mean, it's not my style. First off, second off, if I had an issue with her, I would have talked to her directly, or would have asked someone to have her reach out to me. But next thing I know, the lady's on on a live crucifying me, and still to this day, I don't know what I've done to the lady. Never had a conversation with her.
Right.
And then regarding, we have people that we are grateful for that they support Seth, and we have people that we actually work with. And if somebody actually supports Seth and his whole team and is in contact with what is important to Seth and his team, those are generally the people that Seth and I will work with. And,
Well,
you know,
Tony, I didn't, I didn't like you when I first started, right? Remember
right?
that? I didn't like you, but I still supported Seth, right?
That's
And I
right.
didn't, and you were fine. You were absolutely, so I don't.
Tony, I didn't get my packet this week. Can you re-email that to me?
I'll
Yeah,
send it
I,
over.
I,
I'll
I
send it.
hadn't
I'll
I
put it
hadn't
into it
made it
right
I
now.
hadn't made it down to that baloney yet, but I was working my way
Okay.
there.
I just wanted to know if I could get my extra packet.
Yeah, I mean, so let me go over three things. First off, I don't know what these packets are. You guys are two of my closest content friend creators.
Stupid
I
shit that.
I don't know that I don't know that you guys have ever got anything from us, email, anything like that, let alone a packet. Some of these things these people concoct in their mind just blows me away. I mean, I had clips of these people talking about these packets sent to me while I was fishing today, and I mean, I can't make this up. I mean, I don't have a clue I don't know if this has to do with Smiley showing notes on a live. I don't know where it even came
Well,
from.
that's what supposedly Smiley showed when Smiley takes notes every live that she does because she forgets things, right? Like a lot of us do. And so she goes down and she supposedly showed her there were talking points that she wanted to say, and that's the packet. That's the whole story.
Yeah, so
Dumb people.
there's been no packets. I mean, and again, if people don't like me or they don't like Josh or they don't like you, Justin, I mean, there's probably more people don't like Josh and I than there is you. But
Well,
Probably.
but the truth is, if they don't like you, they don't trust you, they don't believe you, and you know, so
well,
um,
this is my thing. I never like when I have to do these on the very rare occasions. I don't do these things for them because these people they're not even open to reality. Honestly, truth.
well, and I got to tell you, I got involved early on. The first
Tinkerer.
couple. first couple months, I would address some of the people that irritated me, and
Yes, Jen.
it was not productive. I addressed some TikTokers, I addressed some YouTubers, and at the end of the day, it wasn't productive for Seth at all. It really wasn't productive for me. And for the last 8 to 10 months, if I don't like a content creator, I don't watch their channel. I don't address them. I don't talk to them. I don't talk about them. It kind of comes back to it really doesn't help bring Sebastian home, and it's not
Right.
what Seth wants. And Seth is, I think you guys can both attest. The only thing I've ever asked the creators that we work with, as far as asking them what to do or what not to do on their show, it's just been one thing, Justin. And what is
Right.
that?
Thank you, Brett. Keep it about Sebastian.
I say every week, I don't want to see drama.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. Yeah.
And that's it. I don't say this is what you can talk about. This is what we'd like you to talk about. This is a narrative I'd like you to push. You've even reached out to me a couple times, Justin, and said, "Hey, what would you guys
Was
like
there
me to talk
something that you?
about?"
Yeah,
It,
exactly. Yes, that
and
I have. Sure.
every time I've said I don't really have
You've never
anything.
given me an answer.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but anyway, so there's been no packets. Before
There
I
you
go
go.
to the other two things, I want to say that I don't know how this all even got started. I know that this list thing, and I know that Michelle and Julie got into it. I think that what people need to understand is Michelle was trying to tell her that we don't like people going real life on people. And that's what she was trying to do. And she was trying to address something that had been addressed 6 or 7, 8 months ago. And Michelle was trying to politely tell her that this is something that has already been addressed. You don't need to tie up Sumner County's resources and go down this road again.
Right.
And she looked at it as Michelle was defending this person.
Right. Like she was. Oh well, why don't you want me to go to this?
Yeah, like
And
there
that's
was
what it
some
becomes.
conspiracy or something like that.
Yes.
When I tell you that problem was addressed, it was addressed very aggressively. And we don't want people calling the DA. We don't want people calling Sumner County about a potential leak in their department that was addressed 7, 8 months ago, because we've only got one detective whose primary responsibility is Sebastian. And we don't want him clogged up with phone calls about things that have already been handled.
Exactly.
So that's what Michelle was trying to do. And then, of course, Bliss Blessings got involved in this. And I can tell you right now that, and I understand why you went in Julie's
That's the
live
reason. That's why I went in.
yeah, I understand why you went in to defend her, because quite frankly, if anybody questions Bliss Blessings' integrity, they're you need to look at them funny, because they don't know her at all.
Hmm.
She is probably one of the kindest, highest integrity people I've ever dealt with in my life.
Exactly. And that's why I went in, because I don't usually just step in and say something in someone's, but she, Bliss was just in there and she's just like, respectfully, Julie, I'm not going to do this. And Julie asked her a question. She's like, well, something about a rag doll or rag something.
Yeah,
And
that
Bliss
was
said,
the
I don't know anything about that. And she just left. And Julie just completely unmodded her and blocked her.
well, that was the username of the lady that was on TikTok that had the boyfriend inside of Sumner County. And again, it was something that didn't need to be talked about. It had already been handled. And this creator list
Well,
thing.
I didn't know anything about that though. I was, I'm not from TikTok or anything. So,
Right. And this creator list thing, um, Michelle put a list together on Facebook on our group.
mhm,
Um, the girls that mod that don't check with me before they do things. They don't have to. They don't check with me before they make posts.
sure.
We had people posting things in that group from creators that did not support Seth. So Michelle put together a list of creators that we support. And that's all it was. I was not involved in creating the list. I didn't know about it till a couple of days after it had come out, and people were,
Hey, Casey and West Columbia families, we're Tamaya and Tim Goodwin, and we want to welcome you to Casey's Best After School and Summer Camp.
all up in arms about it. So, this quote unquote list is not a list that Seth and I created. I mean, if I were to go back and look at the list, I would say that I would agree with the people that were on the list, but I can't tell you, because I don't remember seeing the list. So, and I can guarantee you there was a lot more than 4 or 5 people on there. I think
Well,
there's 12 or 13.
I guess it was just a list that where like Seth supports. Is that what the list is? I mean,
It was basically a list of creators that our team supports, that we will allow posting of their videos in that group. I think that was the context.
gotcha.
So, I don't know what to say about that. I mean, it's like we talked about today. If you live in a small town like I do, you've got, you probably support all your local restaurants in town, but you've got 5 to 7 that you eat at on a regular basis. Well, those would be
Right.
the ones that you quote unquote work with, right?
Sure.
So when you're going through a situation like this and you find creators that support not only Seth, but his whole team, those are generally people that you're going to agree to work with. I don't really think that is that abnormal in business. So
Absolutely.
I'm not sure what is off about that. I mean, would we want to work with people that didn't support Seth and his team? Now, if somebody supported Seth and not the rest of us, we'd still be grateful. We'd be grateful that they supported Seth. but our team isn't going to work with them if they're not supporting our team.
Right.
And I wouldn't expect anybody else to do that.
Sure.
So as far as this claim that she was asked to take this petition down, again,
Yeah.
I've never
Please stop
spoken
it.
to, yeah, I've never spoken to her. We had a common creator friend that reached out to me and told me that, hey, I know you guys are now having really good communication with law enforcement. Julie has got this petition up to, something against them to get them off the case or whatever. Um, and she said, she kind of gave me the lowdown on what the petition said. And she said Sebastian's name was in it. And she asked me if I would like her to talk to Julie. And I said, well, at very least, I would like her to take Sebastian's name off of it. And I would encourage her that if she supports Seth to take the petition down because it's not helping Seth. And that's it. There was no, if she doesn't do it, I'm going to be angry. Um, because
But
quite
but
frankly,
explain why you asked that, Tony.
well, if people support Seth, then they're going to support his decision to support law enforcement.
Right.
And if you don't support that, then you're not truly supporting Seth. Because if you're out here and you're connected to supporting or working with us and you're bashing law enforcement, you run the risk of cutting off his communication with them.
Of course.
Reached out to some of the ones that I thought, you know, we'd like to try to talk to see, what they were so bent out of shape about. And I mean, we tried to work with darn near everybody. But, even you and Brittany and Mr. and Mrs. E will tell you they were skeptical at the beginning when I came in. But the difference is that none of you guys were going on there and doing what Julie did, which was attacking me. And again, it's not about me, but she was attacking me over things that I didn't even do.
Yeah, I didn't know. Like, what the hell is?
And there's this thing called being an adult where if you don't like somebody, you just don't go around them. You don't have to talk about them. I'm not going to sit up here and say anything bad about her.
Yeah, I rarely listen to anybody that I don't like or go around them.
Yeah, I mean, in the world we live in, the real world off the platform, that's kind of what we teach our kids to do. If you don't like somebody, you don't need to talk about them. You don't need to let them control your happiness. Just stay away from them.
Robin, nobody turned on anybody. So let's get that straight. Um,
But I would say now we've got about 8 to 10 creators that we work with, and we've got about 15 to 20 that we support. And the number of people we work with grows by the month, and the number of people that we support grows by the month. And you know, we shouldn't have to explain to anybody why we work with people or why we support them. That's kind of Seth's decision. But in any situation like this, you're going to find people you can network with that make your life easy when you're going through the worst time in your life.
right.